Oh no. That didn't go as planned.
Welcome to my room where I'm playing with some more Spackle and adding to the thing I was working on before. So I'm mixing up some more Spackle here. I'm trying out a new piping tip, and I'm thinking that I might need to make this a little looser to kind of extrude it out of the icing tip. I'm going to choose one that has more consistent hole size to try to get these like stringing effects. Well, and I just realized that I put Spackle in the bag too soon. First, we need to get the icing tip inside the bag. So this is what I'm choosing. Much better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Again, we can't waste anything. So scraping out as much as I can from this bowl, and we're just gonna put it right on the canvas. Remember those smooth parts from part 1? Well, let's just go ahead and add some more smoothness to the smooth part. So I'm just gonna smear it right here. Ooh, that is a nice crackly edge, I must say. But instead of keeping this nice kind of ragged edge, I'm gonna make it nice and smooth. Nice and smooth like. Piping. Now it's time for piping. Yes, I am piping. The texture ain't it, fam. We got a problem. I'm realizing, again, I made it a little too fluid. So I'm leaning into it. I'm making blobs, so why not make a bigger blob? And I'm totally going off of feel. I'm just going for it. That's a turd. So because I have some circle elements already in play, I thought to balance this section out, let's add another circle. And just keep going with these little blobby things. I like this one because it kind of looks like a cloud. Alright, so time to really exhaust all of this material. And I've really been working in this corner a lot. So I want to start kind of jumping around the canvas, and I like to work in diagonals, just kind of like hopping around and kind of trying to find the balance between. And so since I have that really chunky blobby thing, I'm going to come to this side and add another little chunky blob to help anchor it. But I need some more. And so this time, instead of mixing it, I'm going straight from the bucket. Let's see what happens. This stuff is pretty thick, but I really want to get definition. So let's give it a shot. It's actually really hard to pipe it out, so I'm really squeezing, but I am starting to see more definition. It's just not what I was anticipating. And I'm really struggling to lay it where I want it. Squeezing. Yes, I am squeezing. I am so squeezing. Pop goes the weasel. Yup. That totally happened. I blew the piping bag. So we're going to lean into it. And I'm just going to tape the piping tip here. And I'm just going to squeeze the hell out of this bag and extrude these, what to me feels like some lovely fettuccine noodles on the canvas. And we're just going to make a form out of this. I love the stringiness of it, and the more I just overlap it and extrude it and just let it build up on its own, the more I'm loving the texture and the shape that it's giving. It's resembling like a brain-like texture, some kind of whimsical, stringy cloud. And I'm just seeing where this is going, and seeing how much this bag can take of me squeezing the death out of it. And the fettuccine is traveling. So now I'm over here. I'm feeling like I've created such a mass that's anchoring this section that I need to give it some air and move it to another part of the canvas. And so I'm really thinking about, again, diagonals, thinking about the empty space, but also the negative space in between all these bulbous forms. And so I'm going a little tighter, getting a little closer to the canvas, working off of some other forms that were there from part 1. So there was a circle right here that already dried. And so I thought, let's extrude on top of this and let's kind of make a flower-like shape on top, whatever a flower is gonna look like with these fettuccine noodles. Something's missing. And I think it's some linear lines. Just to mirror the smears we were doing before, I think these lines anchor these organic shapes exactly the way they need to. We're trying this again in a different way. So this time I got 2 Ziploc bags. We're gonna try this piping again, except this time I'm not gonna use a tip. I am going to poke my own holes into this and hope that I can control a really fun texture myself. And the 2 bags I think will help with the blowout concern. But let's make those holes just a little bit bigger. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that is exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at those strings. Oh, the texture. It's so fluffy. So I'm loving the overlap that's happening here. I'm loving the fine texture that's happening. And I think it's exactly the contrast I was looking for. Depending on how fast I move my bag and how stringy it gets and how condensed it feels when I kind of hold it a little slower. Loving the control I have with this. And now I have these like, what feels like jellyfish. Are we ready for the reveal? Voila! This is when it's wet. And this is it dry. The transformation. So let's unpack this. Contrast is pretty prominent. Smooth versus rough, thick versus thin, high relief versus low relief, dense versus airy, organic versus geometric, abstract versus representational. I didn't intend to find jellyfish, just kind of happened. Do you see jellyfish? What do you see? Let me know in the comments. I also have no idea if this is done. It feels kind of complete, but, you know, could always do more. I guess you'll have to tune in to find out.